righty. It's a little bit different today, y'all. A little bit different. Say what's up. I'm on my own today. Badaki's family is in town. Your boy Badaki is getting married on the 24th. All right. So his family just landed in from New York, Brooklyn, and he's gonna spend some time with his family. And I will be doing some live streams still for you guys. Next week's gonna look a little bit different because we got the Bucks week, and who knows what happens during that. But we're gonna have some good time. I'm still gonna be making some content for you. And by the way, if you don't know, look at the chat. Look at the chat because there's a like goal. I set it to 65 likes, which I think is quite realistic. And these are both videos that I'm thinking about doing. I just need to decide which one I'm gonna do, and it'll be just me, because Badaki is gonna be prepping for his wedding and whatever. So if we hit 65 likes, these are two videos that I really I'm kind of deciding between which one of these to do for next week's content. So either I'm gonna do my own mock draft, like my own 1.0, and maybe I'll do two versions of that potentially. Or I'll do a George Pickens deep dive. Maybe I'll do both, but I'm curious to see which one you guys like the most. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out. It's just me. If you're here for Badaki, I'm sorry. It's just me today. But if you have not dropped a like, it would mean a lot.
You like that? You like that?
If you could drop a like, and we'll try and get Kirk. We'll try and get Kirk above me. I don't know what happened just there. But how's everybody doing? What's everyone up to? Let me know. Let me know. What's up, Cole? What's up, Long Lake? Fantasy Condo says, what's good, Dynasty Land fam? Love the content as always. Appreciate that, brother. The what week? The Bucks week, which is called the Bachelor. It's like the Bachelor. You guys know how when you get married and in America they call it the Bachelor night or whatever. Like you're going to go to your Bachelor weekend. So that's what they call it here in Sydney. They call it a Bucks. Or a stag. I don't know why we call it that, but yeah, so essentially from I think like the 18th to like the 23rd, we're going to be in this nice ass hotel doing whatever we want to. So it's going to be a little wild, but Badaki is getting married. We're going to make sure he gets to the wedding all goods. Kyler Murray, man, what is going on with Kyler Murray? I'm glad you brought that up, Long Lake, because to be honest, I think I see this situation differently than a lot of the mainstream media. And I think the general consensus from people is that, man, Kyler Murray is just like this selfish kid and, like he doesn't deserve the money that he's asking for. But to be honest, the state of the quarterback position, like I don't know that they find a Kyler Murray in the next 5 drafts. Do you know what I mean? Like there's some really, really good quarterbacks in the 2023 class, but that doesn't mean, we thought all the quarterbacks in this year's draft were going to be amazing, and they still can. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the opposite side of Kyler. I feel like he can name his price with the state of the current quarterback position. So I kind of understand where he is. From what I understand, if he pulled the offer, then he probably had an offer that was much more friendly before the Deshaun Watson deal went down. So I'm kind of on Kyler's side, to be honest. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of people aren't, but I understand why he wants his money and why he is like taking that stand, why he has that stance. So I think they need to pay him. I mean, the Cardinals were the worst team in the NFL before Kyler got there. And also, they've pretty much screwed themselves because of how Cliff Kingsbury's contract is so long. So what are they going to do? Because Cliff was literally brought in so they could see the max from Kyler Murray. I think that they've put themselves in a position where they need to extend Kyler. That's how I see it. But what's up, Kevin? Drusev's here. That's a long ass time for a bachelor gathering. I'd die. Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's what I'll say. What's up, Dion? What's up, Don? Sammy Watkins. Yep, Sammy Watkins to Green Bay. I don't know. It doesn't excite me. I don't know. Sammy Watkins to Green Bay. It's interesting, but it's not someone that I'm going to be pursuing. And I don't think it stops him from drafting a wide receiver. Maybe it stops him from double dipping in the first, but I still think they're probably going to leave this year's draft with at least 2 wide receivers. That's how I'm kind of viewing it. It's interesting. Yeah. Got to get that money. All right, let's go ahead and transfer over here. Y'all can see this, right? Y'all can see this? Okay. Just let me know if y'all can see this. We are doing a startup mock draft today. And everyone is welcome to join. If you would like to be a part of today's mock draft, it's actually quite simple. In the description of this video, you can see the link to join our Discord. So join our Discord if you would like to be a part of today's mock draft, and I will send the link here while we're on the live stream in the Dynasty mock draft text channel. Now, we did something pretty fun yesterday. We had a mock draft, and essentially we did a rookie mock draft based off of the results of this mock draft. So what we're going to do for today's Dynasty Startup Draft is we're going to use the same landing spots that we had for yesterday's rookie draft. Okay, so I'll paste this link in the chat if you want to open this. We will use these landing spots for these rookies. So Malik went to Seattle, Garrett Wilson, Washington, Drake London, Eagles, Jameson Williams to the Saints, Kenny Pickett is a Saint, Olave is a Steeler, Burks a Packer, Jahan Dotson a Chief, and so on and so on. So we will be using these landing spots. This link is in the chat. I just put it in there. It's also in the description below. Okay, so it's also in the description of this video. So when we make rookie picks today, you know, just understand that we are using these landing spots from this mock draft as well. Casey says Watkins got 4 million, MVS got 10. Casey thinks they upgraded. I think they upgraded. Don't you guys agree? I think they upgraded from Watkins to MVS. Craig says might be waiting on the Lamar. Might be waiting on Lamar and his deal. I feel like Lamar's the type of guy who might even take a discount. So who knows? I mean, it's literally him and his mom deciding on what that contract is, you know. Hear about Kelvin Joseph? No, I didn't. I didn't hear. What happened, Ronnie? All right, guys. So again, one last time, if you do want to join today's mock draft, join our Discord. That is the first step, and then we will paste the link there in the Dynasty mock draft channel. The Discord link is in the description of this video. You can find it there. So we are using these landing spots as well for today's mock draft. So I'm going to go ahead and send this link, okay? So I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to send it. So be ready. Be ready, y'all, because the link is coming. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I'm typing and I'm sending. There goes the link. And I imagine this is going to fill up rather quickly. To be honest, I think, is everyone on spring break, by the way? Let me know. Because I think it's been a little bit more chill because I think a lot of people are just enjoying their time. And then I'll also paste a link to the landing spots. So landing spots for today's rookies. And then I'll just paste this link here in the Discord as well in case anyone wants to view that. Ronnie says possibly in serious trouble involving a shooting. Ooh, involved with a shooting. That's never what you want to hear, hey. That is never what you want to hear. Hope everyone's safe. Hope everyone's all right. Charms is back. What's up, brother? Hunter's here. Brendan. I don't think we've mocked with you, Brendan. If we have, my bad. Drusev's here. LL Stang. Jones, Karen, D. Law. Myself, Tebow. Cole, Minkler, Billy, and Aldi's Nuts. Aldi's Nuts is here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let's go ahead and get this started. So some people watch these mock drafts later, so let's just get on the same page for a second. We are doing a Dynasty Startup Draft. It is not tight end premium. It is PPR. You can see kind of here how the roster looks. It's a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, tight end, 2 flexes, and a super flex. Again, not tight end premium. We do have landing spots that we are using for today's mock draft. This will be in the comment below. I'll have it pinned for this mock draft. that we're using the landing spots for. It's also in the description of this video, and I'll paste it one last time there in the live chat. So we have 60 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. And I'll turn the sound off until all the QBs go off the board. There goes Josh Allen, 101. No surprise. Justin Herbert, 102. I'm seeing this more and more often. I'm seeing Herbert go over Patty Mahomes more and more often. I'm still going Patrick Mahomes. You know, I actually have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen pretty much. They're in their own tier. I'm still going Patrick Mahomes. Wow. Really? Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes? I think the hate's going too far here, guys. I think the hate is going too far. But Joe Burrow at the 1-3, Patty Mahomes. I'm tell you what, if I have a startup and I am sitting at the 4 spot and Patrick Mahomes falls to me, I feel like I just won the lottery. I mean, that is an absolute steal. Congratulations, brother. And no disrespect to Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is great. But I think Patrick Mahomes is just that transcendent talent. I don't think we can pass up on Mahomes. Joe Burrow will be great, but will he consistently finish as a top 5 dynasty quarterback? Do you know what I mean? Like, we have seen Mahomes finish in that era. We know he's solidified that guy. Whereas Burrow, really until week 13 or 14, he was quarterback 9. So there's still really good production there. But I don't know. I don't know that I could really pass up. I don't think I could really pass up on Patrick Mahomes at the 2 or 3. At the 1 or 2 for me. Definitely respect what everyone's doing, though. Lamar at the 1-5. Then we see Chase at the 1-6 and Murray. I got 5 seconds on the clock. There's absolutely no way Deshaun Watson is going to get past me if he's there at the 1-8. I'll tell you that. If he's there at the 1-8 in any of our startup drafts with any of our follower leagues, I can promise you Deshaun Watson will not get past me there. So in a SuperFlex league, I'm taking that all day. Speaking of our follower leagues, if anyone is wanting to play Dynasty with us, with our follower leagues, I will go ahead and paste that link in the chat, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. We do still have 1 spot in that Foxtrot league. If you want to play in a Dynasty league with us, if you want to unlock exclusive live streams, we do 1 per week with our Patreon-only members. We got our rankings there, Dynasty Rookie Redraft, and a bunch of other content, including the Fantasy Hotline. So check it out. Feel free to ask any questions. And we got JT and Justin Jefferson off the board. And this is why the 11 and 12 spot is so difficult. I mean, pretty much until 10, there's a player on the board that you feel pretty good about getting. You know, Chase, I mean, how do you not feel good about getting Chase? JT, Jefferson, I mean, until really the 11 spot, you just feel like while you maybe not get one of those quarterbacks, you just hit really hard on these players. And it feels like there's a teardrop. It really does. That's why I hate being at the 12 and the 11. And I have, in 2 of our follower leagues that are starting up, I have the 12 spot in 2 of them. GG's, what can you do? So Billy is going RB heavy with Javonte and Najee to start off. Aldi's Nuts is going QB heavy. I tried that as well. I think I went Lance and Russell Wilson, so I was pretty close to you. I don't think Dak was on the board. But I'm pretty sure I tried that with our last mock draft. And there goes Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Oops. Okay. I don't really like going running back this early. I don't want to miss out on an elite wide receiver. I would have considered Kyle Pitts had he been there. Let me check my rankings, y'all. I think I know what it's going to be. For me, it's between A.J. Brown and another quarterback. And I feel like if I don't go A.J. Brown, I'm not going to have a alpha wide receiver that I really want on my team. So I think for me, the pick will be A.J. Brown here at the 2-5. I'm going to go quarterback wide receiver to start. I would be ecstatic if I could grab a quarterback in at the 8 spot with my first pick. Cole says, fitting that I have Jay Jettas as my sleeper profile pick. True. That's a college Jay Jettis. Not a bad start either. I mean, if you can, I keep thinking about, because I'm at the 12 spot a lot, like I told you guys. I keep thinking sometimes about taking Russell Wilson at the 12. Like, so if you can get him at the 2-4, wow, that feels like a pretty good start as well. There goes Fields off the board. Someone I was considering if I wanted to go double quarterback. So, geez, I got a lot of hiccups today. But I like the start. And Jones Karen says, let me go back-to-back wide receivers to start. I do love me some wide receiver depth in Dynasty, so don't hate it. Don't hate it. I just realized I haven't had the Twitch stream open the entire time, so if anyone's been trying to say anything, sorry. Quote Nation, what's up, brother? Juxter says Swifty. There goes Swifty. Let's go. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you hanging out. Charm says, do you change the Walker landing spot from the Broncos for this? No, we will keep Kenneth Walker's landing spot as the Broncos. Okay, so again, all these landing spots, you know, this mock draft that we used yesterday, we're going to use it again for these rookies today. And you know, this is in the description below if you want to watch around with us. It's also in the Discord and in the live stream. I pasted in the chat. So there goes DK off the board as well at the 2.9. And the only reason I don't want to change the Kenneth Walker landing spot is because something stupid like this could happen. Like Brees or Kenneth could easily go to a team that already has a running back and they feel like a solidified running back, and we're like, damn it. It happens before, it'll happen again. So we'll obviously switch up the mock drafts for next week. There goes Stafford off the board at the 210. So Brendan is going Burrow, Stafford. I'm still in shock that Mahomes fell to the 4. Ooh, look at that. Look at that white. No one's a fan of the white, are they? I actually don't hate the white. All right, let's see what the pick is going to be here for Hunter. So Coopy Cup off the board at the 211. That makes him the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th wide receiver off the board. There goes Jalen Waddle and T. Higgins. Man, the one spot. While it's not ideal, you know, to draft on the edges, I mean, that start's nice. Allen, Waddle, T. Higgins. That's nice. That is nice. I like the start. Can't lie. Steven says, I missed the beginning. What do you think about the Kyler news? That speculation. I kind of think he could end up being traded. I'll say this. If he ends up traded, I think it's a terrible move from the Cardinals because, I mean, if you get a quarterback that deserves to get, I think Kyler deserves to get paid. I understand he hasn't performed well in the playoffs, but I do think he deserves to get paid. In the next 5 years, are you going to be lucky enough to get a quarterback with the talent of a Kyler Murray? I understand that he's let some people down, but even last year's draft, we thought there was multiple solidified guys. And even now there's question marks around Lawrence and Fields and Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, right? So I don't know. I kind of side with Kyler there. I really do. I think he should be paid. I think he's more than deserving to get his money. If he's traded, I think it will be a huge mistake from the Cardinals. I mean, especially considering you have Cliff Kingsbury there on a long-term deal. No one thought he should be a head coach, but you hired him because of Kyler, right? And you also have D-Hop there. So what is D-Hop? Is D-Hop just going to waste his life? I mean, I don't know. I don't really understand it if they trade him, but if they want to go back to the dark ages, then they can do that. Also, if I am the Cardinals right now, I'm looking at the NFC and I'm like, oh my God. The NFC looks so attractive. Let's lock up Kyler and let's build around him. I don't know. I mean, if I'm an AFC GM, I'm like, Jesus, maybe we do need to rebuild and just chill out for a couple years. But the NFC is wide open. All right, so Breece Hall at 3-4. In this mock draft, Breece Hall went to the Falcons. All right, so he's a Falcon there. By the way, Command F or Control F, you can search for individual players. There goes Lawrence off the board, as well as Devontae Adams. So this is interesting. I don't like waiting too much longer on another quarterback. I really don't want to wait too much longer on a quarterback. Do I go with my rankings or my heart here? Do I go with my rankings or my heart? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to go with my heart. YOLO, baby. It's a terrible pick. Yeah. If anyone's watching right now on the live stream and you're thinking, Malik in the third, I agree. A terrible pick. I am not advising that anyone should do this. I can just imagine people watching this later on after the live is over and being like, you took Malik in the third? Yeah, no, I agree. It's a bad pick. But that's why you follow your rankings, baby. Because your rankings, you spend days and weeks and hours, you know, figuring out where these guys go. But to be fair, I mean, I'm taking Malik, and Malik in this scenario is on the Seahawks. I really love that landing spot. And as much as I love Tua, and I think he's going to succeed, I do think there is pressure on him. And I think Malik might have a little bit more of rope in this scenario if he truly does fall to Seattle. I believe in Tua, I really do, but I think there's a leash on him. Austin Eckler at the 3-9 goes off the board. Joseph says light mode is for serial killers. I don't know, man. I don't hate light mode. I don't hate it. I'm not going to subject you guys to this pain while you watch, but I don't know, man. It feels all right to me. Casey says Malik at the 9. That's 2 picks ahead of where Fields went, and he's got DK and Lockett. Seems like he should go a bit higher. Well, to be fair, though, I have a lot more questions, and hindsight is 2020. And I understand why people are hesitant on Justin Fields, but I have more confidence in Justin Fields being a good NFL quarterback than I do Malik. I really do. And you can check out, there's a video on our page, the Justin Fields Dynasty Panic Meter. You can check that out. I really do still believe in Justin Fields, so I would prefer him over Malik personally. But, I mean, it is fair to say that Malik does have better weapons around him if he lands in Seattle, for sure. Steven says, I think he's good and should get paid. He's just started the antagonistic negotiating really early. I get that, Steven. I think he's just looking at the... And I don't disagree with that. I think that's a fair conversation. I think he's just looking at the trends of current quarterbacks. And quarterbacks who have made Pro Bowls, typically, I know that he's not one like deep into the playoffs, but quarterbacks who make Pro Bowls and who have had these kind of years typically get paid at this point. So, yeah. Drew says Kyler turned into a ghost their last playoff game. Yes, he definitely did. They got their entire team turned into a ghost. Let's be honest, though. AJ says, thoughts on offering Dobbins and the 106 for Najee? I would prefer to just keep Dobbins in the 106, personally. I know we're all worried about Dobbins, but I don't want to give up. I don't know. I guess I look at my team like as a whole, and I think I would prefer the 106 and Dobbins still. A lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I think I still view Dobbins as someone who has multiple top 12 years ahead of him. So, yeah. Eckler off the board. Jalen Hurts, Tua, CMC, and Tyreek Hill falls to the 4th round. We keep seeing that. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know what to tell you. CMC at the 312, Tua at the 311. So it definitely could have been worse for Billy here, who went 2 RBs. We'll see what that second quarterback's going to look like, though. Steven says it all depends on landing spot. Yes, he has talent, but he goes here for his upside. And that has to get developed. I agree. Akim, what's up, my guy? Says, how many years until Justin Fields is a quarterback one? As in a top 12 quarterback finish? To be honest, I know this sounds crazy, but with his rushing upside, and that first game, they set Justin Fields up so terribly. Fields shouldn't have started if the offensive line was in that. How many sacks was it on Justin Fields? Do you guys remember that Cleveland game? They had no idea what they were doing, let's be honest. Let me just double check my rankings. Okay, so I think I might take Chris Godwin here. It's really between Chris Godwin and DJ Moore. I don't want to pay up for any of these running backs, to be honest. I already got my quarterbacks. There's no tight end that interests me. So I have Watson and Malik. Oh, I'm going to go Godwin here. I'm going to go Chris there. Get my next wide receiver. Burks is off the board. Keeping in mind that Burks, I believe he falls to the Packers in this scenario. So he is a Packer there. Saquon at the 4-7. But to answer your question was basically around when is Justin Fields going to be a quarterback one? I think it could happen this year. I know that sounds crazy, but with his rushing upside and the way he started to gain confidence towards the end of the season, I truly do think that it could happen this year. But it will only happen if they add a weapon with the second-round pick. If the second-round pick is not a wide receiver, then they have too high expectations of Justin Fields doing everything on his own. So, to be fair, they do need to improve the offensive line as well. So, that second-round pick that they have has to be wide receiver or O-line. But if you are hesitant on Justin Fields, I want you to go watch the last time that they played the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. Go watch that game. See what Justin Fields did. That's the development. We literally saw the development, even though he was in such a terrible situation. Burks, Barkley, Carr, and Jones. I'm feeling like an absolute stud if I get Carr or Jones. If I don't go quarterback early and then I wait, let's be honest. Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, and we got two stud running backs. Could be worse, guys. Could be worse. So to answer the question, I really think that Justin Fields could finish top 12 this year. I do think that that's within the realm of possibilities. Is there a more likely chance that he finishes outside the top 12? Yes. Do I hate when people ask hypothetical questions and they answer them themselves? Yes, I hate that. Literally, when I watch people make content and they say, well, is this a thing? Yes. Is this a thing? No, but here I am doing it. So, GG's. Brindo says, I really love Fields, but the Bears are going to be horrible this year. They definitely are aiming for a rebuild. I agree. Brian says, would you trade Sutton in the 105 for Lamb? Sutton and the 105 for Lamb. To be honest, man, I just don't think it's the right time to trade Sutton. Like, my initial reaction is I just don't think that Sutton is being valued the way that he should be right now. So you're saying Cortland in the 105. I'm not sure if you're saying you're getting CeeDee Lamb. Would you trade Sutton for CeeDee Lamb? So meaning you're getting CeeDee Lamb. I think you're overpaying. I know that sounds crazy, but I really think I've heard someone say this on Twitter, and oh my God, Twitter is so toxic for Dynasty football. But I've heard someone say Cortland Sutton is this year's Cooper Kupp. And I don't agree, but I agree in the sense that he could be extremely undervalued this year. His game, as much as I love Jerry Jeudy, I think Sutton maybe benefits more as far as who they are as wide receivers. So I love CeeDee Lamb, Brian, but I don't think I want to do that deal. 9 sacks, yeah. Casey says Bears trade up to get Olave. That would be crazy, but Casey, that is like the dream, right? For anyone who wants to see Fields succeed. The issue is that they just don't have the capital. I mean, they just gave up a first-round pick this year to move up last year. I just don't think they have it in them. Aldi says, I have insider knowledge. Lance is going to start this year. Insider from who, brother? Who's the insider? Terry McLaurin at 410. I like it. You know, I'm not a Terry hater, so I'm definitely okay with this. And to be honest, I mean, this. Could you imagine this team right now, Team 3 with Patty Mahomes? If this team had Patty Mahomes, Stafford, Andrews, and these two, oh my God. Man, that team could have been nasty. It's still good. Still very, very good. Gibson and then Brady at the 5-1. Okay. I mean, no. I'm sorry. Come on, Charms. I gave you mock drafts of the night a couple days ago. I mean, we were seeing Brady go in like the 12th round about a month ago. Then he was going in about the 11th, 10th, about 3 weeks ago. And then he started going in the 9th, 8th. I think most recently. We've seen him go end of 7th. But the 5-1, that's just a bad investment, in my opinion. That's a bad investment. I'm going to be honest. You might not like what I'm saying, and I understand. But it's a bad investment, y'all. I'm going to grab my first running back here, and that is Travis Etienne. Yes, I am taking Travis Etienne over Dalvin Cook, over Derrick Henry, over Alvin Kamara, over Cam Akers. I don't care. Fight me. I'm taking him. He's my running back 1 on this team, and man, I like this team. I'm really liking this direction. And Jesus, this team looks nice by D-Law. My God. Dion, what's up, my guy? He says, I have the 101 and 102, but my biggest need is wideout. Should I trade back? You don't draft for need in these rookie drafts, Dion. At least Badaki views this differently, so he's not here. But the way I view these rookie drafts is I draft talent. I don't draft need. You can trade for need, but in rookie drafts, you draft talent. So, for example, is Breece Hall going to be more valuable next year, or is, you know, one of these wide receivers? I feel more confident in taking Breece Hall at the 101 and using him as trade bait. I mean, look, Breece Hall went at the 3-4. Where did the first wide receiver go? Burks at the 4-6. There hasn't been a rookie off the board yet with realistic landing spots now. I mean, now that there's realistic spots, people are like, still passing up on some of these rookies where in the past they would take him. So I'm open to moving back from the 102. I would be open to moving back from the 102. And I guess the 101, but you would have to get really good value. You would have to get really good value. Like what you don't want, Dion, is someone sending you, hey man, I'll get the 101, I'll give you the 108 and like the 210. No, like there's, you know what I mean? I've seen too many people do these moves where they move back from the 101 and they get like a mid to late first in the same year. And then they get like a late second. It's just not worth it. So it really depends on what you get. At the end of the day, that really is the answer. Like, what is the actual trade? Like, what could you get for trading back? Because there's always a price on everything. Keenan AM. I think that's early for Keenan. I don't think I can take Keenan that early, guys. I don't know. Cam Akers off the board. I'm not a Cam Akers lover myself. There are running backs I would take over him, but I understand the youth, the excitement. There goes Drake London. And where did London land in? So he landed with Philly. Don't like that landing spot for Drake London there in Philly. Got to be honest. Hey guys, I have a like goal of 65 likes. I'm doing the live stream solo dolo today. So if you have not dropped a like, it would mean a lot.
You like that? You
Help
like
your
that?
boy out. I miss you, Kirk. We got no quarterback since you left. Derek Cook goes off the board. You guys are wasting your time watching me, okay? Derek Cook goes off the board. No, Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook go off the board. You know, I guess it depends on what kind of team you're building. I guess you're going win now. But there is running backs I am taking over both of these guys still on the board personally. Michael Pittman, I love that pick at the 6-2. That is absolutely A fantastic pick. I love it. Well done. Brendo says, not hating on Mahomes, just personally belief that Burrow is that guy. I believe he's that guy as well, but I believe he's that guy in the sense that Tom Brady, like, he's that guy. Like, he's got the confidence. He's got the IQ. But does he have, like, I guess Brady's a bad example, but I just don't know that we're going to see Burrow finishing in the top 5 like multiple years. I think he's going to be a top 10 guy, but does he have the consistent top 5 upside that a Mahomes does? I don't think so. But I think he's going to be a fantastic quarterback, and he's definitely going to, I mean, who can say he's definitely going to win a Super Bowl, but he's going to be consistently battling in the playoffs. Damn it, Cole. Damn it. Jameson off the board. You really gonna do me dirty like that? Come on, gut. Darren Waller at the 6'4". I'm wallowing in my own sorrow at this point. Hey. I mean, how do I not draft him? I don't know how I don't draft J.K. Dobbins here. Y'all are too scared. Y'all let my man fall this far? Let me just double check my rankings. Damn, son. I mean, y'all too scared. I'll take me some JK. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. Charm says, who should I have taken? Can't take the chance on to not get a second quarterback. Well, to be honest, you just don't go quarterback there in that scenario. Do you know what I mean? That's how I would have approached it. I wouldn't have gone quarterback. And if Brady doesn't fall to me at the 6-12 and the 7-1, which, by the way, if he doesn't fall to at least then, I don't think it's good value. I really don't think it is. So in that scenario, Charms, just genuinely what I would have done, I would have waited until this turn. And if Brady's not there, well, now that I'm going to say these names, they probably go off the board. But I don't think it's unrealistic for Kirk Cousins to have fallen here. So, or then maybe you wait this turn, and the next turn you take a shot on some of these. You double dip on these rookies. But I just don't think that Brady was the right choice there. I know it's the edge. But I think Brady probably would have lasted here. I could be wrong. You also have to look at the board, though. Like, let's look at the board. 2 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 1. But we're not really building a win now team. 2 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 2 quarterbacks, 1, 2 quarterbacks. So at most, probably 1, 2, 3. Maybe one of those 3 guys takes a quarterback. Because Tom Brady, there's a timeline here. And there's so many good, talented young players that you passed up on. I don't know. I would have just waited and seen if Kirk Cousins would have fallen to me. Who do you think starts more games this year, Sam Darnold or Drew Lock? Quote Nation asked, who do I think starts more game this year? God, that is so depressing to think about. I would say Drew Lock because I feel more confident in the Panthers taking a quarterback than I do the Seahawks. And see here, Charms, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins is still on the board, right? Still there. I think Brady would have been on the board too. I could be wrong, but that's just what I would have done differently. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. You started all this craziness with Willis in the third. True. Hey, you're not wrong there. Dion says that's along the lines of what I was thinking. I was offered Deontay for 102 and 201. It just doesn't seem worth it. Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. Brendan says Bengals weapons over Chiefs weapons. Got to keep in mind, guys, like Dynasty, I feel like situation is important for sure. But I mean, did anyone think that Tua 2 years ago would have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on his team? I mean, every offseason, teams are completely changing. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't pass up Mahomes, but I understand it. You're good, Cole. August says, thanks. Worried about quarterback, though. Don't usually go RB. It's a mock. Sucks my sleeper handle wasn't available on Discord. Excuse me. Jeez. Yeah, we'll see how that looks. I like the Pity City pick. Kenneth Walker at the 6'9". I've said this before, but I think I'm taking a shot on Kenneth over Montgomery. I know that's crazy, but Mooney at the 6'7". Is that too high for Mooney? I think that's too high for Mooney. I mean, Garrett Wilson just went off the board. And he's probably the 104 or 105 in this year's rookie draft. Would anyone not accept the 104 or 105 for Mooney? I think it might have been too high for Mooney. Just my thoughts, though. Kamara. Sutton is a great pick there. So where did Judy go at the 5'7"? Sutton at the 6'2". I think that's fantastic value. Aaron Jones. This might be a situation where we're picking one of our favorite. This might be one of your guys. I know you're a Packer fan, so you might be going one of your guys. So understandable. Fournette, Bateman, Wilson, Evans, Carter off the board. Carter. Michael Carter. Cartier. Aldi said, I had to go win now after McCaffrey and Tyreek fell to me. Understandable. Daniel says, would have taken Walker at the 6'6", but he fell to the Broncos in the mock. You know what, Daniel? Fantastic 200 IQ play. You're right. Kenneth Walker to the Broncos is a terrible choice, so you're right. My bad. I forgot we were doing the landing spots. And I'm literally the one hosting the mock, pretending like I'm knowing what I'm doing. I love Mooney, but yes. Do you think the Steelers will go quarterback? For sure now after the passing of Haskins. Rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, first of all, God damn it! Are you doing this on purpose to make me go insane? I think you're purposely wanting to see me in pain. That's why you're doing these picks here. Is that what's happening? You're telling me I missed out on Jameson by 2. And I missed out on George Pickens by 1. You guys are purposely wanting to see me in pain today. Okay. All right. I see how it is. Okay. Devonta's on the board. You sons of bitches. You smug sons of bitches. Where did Olave land? Oh, I'm pretty sure he landed in... yeah, what the hell is that? That's terrible. Oh my God. I know what I want to do. Jahan Dotson, welcome to the team, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is early, but we have to keep in mind that we are using realistic landing spots. And Jahan Dotson lands in Kansas City here, baby. So I've got Jahan Dotson there. I feel fantastic about that. Do I feel depressed missing on Pickens? Yes. Do I feel like you guys want to see me in pain? Yes. I think you do. But yeah, with Haskins, definitely rest in peace. Obviously, we have to honor his life, and it is such a sad situation. So prayers go out to the family, to everyone impacted. Rest in peace, brother. Joseph says, apparently I only draft rookies. Yerp says, DJ Moore has been wide receiver 2 the last 3 years. Mooney, wide receiver 2 last year and a year younger. We too high on Moore and too low on Mooney. I don't know. DJ Moore is a different... I feel like DJ Moore has a different skill set to Mooney. They win in some different ways to each other. And yeah, they both don't have the same quarterback, but I would say their skill sets are very different. Same with their draft capital. I love Mooney, but for me, Mooney is at best going to be a really good wide receiver 2 on an NFL team, whereas DJ Moore, I truly think, can be the 150 target a year type player. But I think it's a good conversation. It's a good convo for sure. Daniel says, Zach, you sniped me from Dobbins, so I had to get you with Pickens. Alan says, 2 down. Someone taking Joku before he does also. Just hater alerts. Devonta Smith there. By the way, Devonta Smith at 7'10". Did we all pass up on him because Drake London landed in Philly? That's interesting. I think that's a real good value. Hollywood Brown, also a very good value there at the 7'9". And then Kirk Cousins goes at the 8-2. Billy, you must feel like an absolute stud right now. Come on, Billy. Well done. I'm just prepared to, I'm prepared to be night tier soon. Hey guys, thanks for the love. I am doing the mock draft all solo tonight. A goal is 65 likes. I actually think together we could get there. If you haven't dropped a like, could you do so?
You like that? You like that?
That just shows, really just me some love today. Badaki's with the family hanging out. AJ Dillon at the 8-3. Damn it. I was hoping he might fall to me and become my third running back on my team. So you son of a bitch, Cole. That is twice. You smug son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Back-to-back snipes. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, sir. And is there any running back I want to take there? Nope. Not really. So I might go wide receiver still. This late into a draft, Amon-Ra's on the board still. I'm not like the ultimate hype guy on Amon-Ra, but it's the 8-5. Yeah, I'll take Amon-Ra there. Sure. And doesn't he get a new quarterback? Yeah, he gets Matt Corral. Yes, sir. Thank you. Dotson and Pickens, great picks. I agree. August says, I couldn't believe he got back to me. Was holding my breath. Yeah, well done. Really well done. August says, wanted Dotson, but once I saw his landing spot. Wanted Dotson once I saw his landing spot, but you took him earlier than I thought he would go. Yeah, to be honest, Dotson is... Like, for me, if Dotson lands in a landing spot like this, I do think you can pretty much lock him in as a top 5 to 6 pick in rookie drafts. You know, like, I think you can pretty much lock him in for that. There goes TJ Hawkinson off the board at the 8.6. Pretty good value there. Pretty good value. What's everyone having for dinner? Man, I miss Chick-fil-A. Can't even lie. I miss me some Chick-fil-A. Bounce, 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 bounce. You know what? We're gonna change it to 30 seconds. So, staying, if you're listening, we're gonna change the clock to 30 seconds. I probably should have done that earlier, but you probably have about 30 seconds from when I've changed the time to resume the draft. But hopefully, don't get auto draft, cuz. Yep, 30 seconds on the clock. Spelled that wrong. GG's. Zeke at the 8-9. Pat, so we see some tight ends off the board, including Pat and Kelsey. So Kelsey at the 8-8. I mean, look. That's going to be a hard team to beat if someone else is going to win now. You hear what I'm saying, brother? I mean, Jesus. We'll have to look at these team grades here. Allen Robinson, Davis Mills at the 8-11. Christian Watson. Where does Christian Watson land in this mock? With the New York Jets. So, not a terrible landing spot because he's probably well needed there. And at the 8-12, I like that pick. There goes Dalton Schultz off the board. So D-Law said, I'm going to pull the tight end trigger, and now everyone's following suit. August said, I had wings and mac and cheese. Whoo, come on, boy. Y'all making me hungry. It's my mom's birthday today, so we're going to go to the beach after this live stream. Because we live in Sydney, Australia, mate. We can go to the most beautiful, pristine beaches you've ever seen in your life. Dion says, what's the site you use to generate the mocks? It is Mock Draft Database, which is, by the way, guys, if you don't know much about Mock Draft Database, really cool website. Essentially, they take, like, everyone's mock draft, literally everyone's mock drafts, and they create a database from that to kind of see what the current ADP is. And, you know, everyone doesn't have the right mock drafts or whatever, but most people make their mock drafts, like people in that professional world will make their mock drafts based off what they're hearing around the NFL. So it's a really cool website. Really cool. I mean, you can do your own mock draft if you want. I'm thinking about releasing a video of my mock draft. But again, you know, curious to see if you guys would want me to do that. Would you want me to do a 1.0 mock draft? Maybe I'll do a 2.0 next week. I'm trying to think of content that I can do really well on my own. Okay. Interesting. I still don't want any of these running backs. Yeah, I still don't want any of those running backs. Where did Sky Moore land? Oh, shit. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just going to go Sky Moore. I don't even know where he landed. That's the 30 seconds. That's the pressure. Where did Sky Moore land? I can't remember. Okay. Okay. I don't hate that. I love me some Sky Moore, so I'll take that. The pressure was on, and I just folded. I just completely folded. But I don't hate the pick. Dion's Pizza here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Dion's Pizza. I'm going to look it up. Dion's Pizza, New Mexico. Let's have a little geese, shall we? Is this it? Is this it? Dion's Pizza? Jesus, that looks great. My goodness, that looks... Wow. I haven't eaten anything today, so this is a bad place to be. Claypool, Damian Harris off the board. Ah! Shoot. I should have gone running back. I wanted Pollard. GG's. I just want to look at it, you know. Just let me see the pizza, dog. Jeez, that looks good. I really... And people are probably going to be upset when I say this. I really miss Papa John's. The garlic sauce. Oh, Papa John's garlic sauce is just different. I think it's got to be made from something that makes it, like, addictive. There has to be something in that sauce that's... There's an addiction component. Mooney literally just went for the 104 on one of my SuperFlex leagues. It was debated in the league chat. Oof. There's no way you'll find me sitting the 104 for Mooney. Yikes. That would have been an interesting conversation. But it happens, man. That's the beauty of Dynasty. I mean, people get frustrated because they're passionate, but hey, those trades happen. Watson goes before Olave. I thought, you know, to be honest, even though it's a bad landing spot, I do think this is a huge steal for Olave. I mean, Olave shouldn't be going at the 9.5. Landing spot's not ideal, but nah, it's too late. Kareem Hunt off the board. Okay. Where did Isaiah Spiller land? I mean, in this mock, I can't remember. I'm not a big Isaiah Spiller fan, but is he... Texans? Okay. So the way I'm viewing this is someone in this league hopefully does believe in Isaiah Spiller. He probably wins the starting role, and maybe I can sell him because I don't believe in him, but... Maybe I can sell him for a running back I do believe in. So at the 10.5, you know, I don't hate that value there. Yeah, it could be worse. Could be worse. Corral off the board. Sanders, Harris, Goddard, Komet, Kadarius Toney. Rhonda Dawn. I love me some Rondale. Y'all know I love me some Rondale Moore. Brandon Cooks is pretty good value. I bet you Stang really wanted to get Cooks. I mean, if you're a win now team, that's a pretty ideal player to target. I should probably make my screen a little bit smaller. Let's see here. Bang, bang. Can we make this smaller? Can we get much higher? So high. One time someone entered a stream and I was singing. They're like, oh my God, if you don't stop singing, I'm going to leave. And it just made me want to sing more. So that's, you know, I'm just childish at the end of the day. Penny's off the board. Gallup, Rashad White, and Sam Howell. I think Howell's probably a really good pick there. He lands in Pittsburgh. Who else went? I'm trying to remember. Rashad White. Where did Rashad White fall? He went to Buffalo in round 5. Interesting. And he's one of the big unknowns for me as far as positional groups. Justin Ross, Alec Pierce. Love the Alec Pierce pick. I was hoping he might fall to me. He landed in with the Chargers in this mock. Then Ritter, Pickett off the board. Pickett should not be going at the 11-4. I mean, especially if he does land in New Orleans. Nah, he's got to be going higher than that for sure. So well done, Drusev. Take your victory lap. Alan Lazard at the 11-6. I don't know about that. Ben Simmons, who is ramping up for the playoffs, will miss the remainder of the postseason after bumping his knee on a coffee table. That cannot be real. After bumping his knee on a coffee table. Tell me that's a joke. Say psych right now. Oh, but he landed in a terrible spot, if I remember right. I'm going to grab a quarterback here. I mean, this late, I don't like Tannehill, but I'll take him as my third quarterback. I just need to fill that kind of depth spot right there. Ben Simmons, who was ramping up for the playoffs, will miss the remainder of the postseason after bumping his knee on a coffee table. This is Bleacher Report. This has to be a joke. But Bleacher Report is reporting it. How is that real? Can I show you? I bet you I can show you guys this. I know this isn't football, but this is just ridiculous. Y'all can see this, right? Did I get faked out then? Was that a fake account? It was a fake account. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. It's called Bleacher Report. I am the target audience. They targeted me. Well done. Gabe Davis, Ramondre Stevenson. That's fantastic value. Cole's got to be feeling like an absolute king. I should have taken Ramondre, to be honest. Cole's got to feel like a king having Harris and Stevenson fall to him so late. Well done. Bobby Trees, Hunter Renfrow off the board. Sheesh. So high. Oh, I am the target audience here, and I was targeted. Damn. Trey McBride. Yeah. GG's. Where did he fall again? Trey fell to the Broncos. Yeah, such a weird landing spot, right? But these kind of things could happen. We keep seeing him go to the Packers, which I think would be unreal. But doesn't mean that's going to happen. Matt Ryan off the board. So high. Can I go like this, or will it screw it up? Yeah, you won't be able to see the top of the screen. Okay, okay. Matty Ryan. Hey, Clyde at the 12-3. Okay. All right. Look. That's okay. Now, we have seen Clyde go in like the 6th and 7th rounds. That is not okay. But the 12-3, sure. You know what I mean? I mean, why not? Why not at that point? Okay, there goes Tyler Lockett. So no one went quarterback. Matt Ryan went off the board. I was like, y'all really going to make me feel terrible about my decisions? Where did David Bell go? Honestly, I need to get a tight end in this biatch. And I'm going to take David Njoku. YOLO. Let's go, baby. Look at that stack. You kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? I'm not convinced he would have come back to me. Broncos also took Rutger and Dolchich, so not really good for the three of them. That's true. Come on, mock draft database. They went they went 3 tight ends back to back to back.
Come on.
Come on now, figure it out. Jerome Ford off the board. August said if Tanny was there, I would have taken him. So nice pick. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. Jerome Ford, I believe he goes to the Giants in this one, right? Yes, he's a New York Football Giant. And there goes Carson Wentz. I actually don't think that's a bad pick at all. You know, at the 12-8, I'm a Washington fan, and my initial reaction to Carson Wentz being traded to Washington was, what the hell? And that is still my reaction. But I'm at the point now where I actually really want him to succeed just because of the hate. Like, I've stopped really, like, going too deep into the hate on Carson. But the hate is, like, too real out there. So, I really want him to succeed just because every mainstream media is just pounding into him. I mean, pause, but for real, you know. So, we'll see. We'll see. Mechie at the 12-10. Although, what happened in this mock? What did Washington do at pick 11? What did they do here? Garrett Wilson. Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good pick, to be honest. I mean, he's got so many weapons around him. Where did Garrett Wilson go? Garrett went at the 7-4. That's pretty good value as well. Yeah, I like that. Mechie and Collins off the board. So where did Mechie and Collins go? Mechie went to the Cardinals. Great pick. Zamir went off the board. He went to the Saints. Now I got 30 seconds to make my pick, so I better be... I was hoping Noah might fall to me, and I was going to double dip. But, you know, I think I took Tolbert on a mock draft recently. I'm pretty sure I liked his landing spot here. Yeah, I'm going to go Tolbert here. Where did David Bell land? David Bell. I think that's a really good pick there by you. Tolbert, if I'm not mistaken, landed in New York. New York. And Wandale, where did Wandale? He went to the Bucs, so that's a pretty good pick as well. Jameis off the board there. Kirk was a great pick there as well. Wentz with Terry and Olave, yeah. Solo dolo, Jasmine. I'm solo dolo tonight. That's right. Pittman at the 6-2 is nice. I agree. That's such good value. Jasmine says, I watched Bo Melton's tape for the first time today. Wow, and his combine too. He's definitely an intriguing prospect. I just don't know what kind of draft capital Bo's going to get. Carson Strong. You know, I was wondering if maybe someone might take Carson Strong because I saw him when I was looking at Jalen Tolbert, and I was like, oh, damn, that's a good landing spot. GG's. What can you do? Shakira. Oh, baby, when you talk like that. Eric Ezukana. Don't you want the Fanta? All right, round 15 is the last round. Hopefully round 3 to 4. Yeah, maybe. He might get round 3 to 4. Too early to say, really, hey. I'm going to go Shakira. Oh, baby, when you talk like that. Lands in Las Vegas. You know, I love me some wide receiver depth. So, Alberto, was that a better pick than Shakir? Yeah, it was. That was a better pick. Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. Reading the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie. Devontae Parker. It's a sneaky little pick. A little sneaky little pick. Patrick off the board. Parker just got sniped. Pierre Strong. Pierre, won't you come outside? In New York, Millie Rock. Pierre Strong, I like the pick. I think it's a good pick. I think it makes a lot of sense as well. Well done. Russell Gage, Odell Beckham Jr., Irv Smith. Like it? I'm on tonight, my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel the vibe. If I finish this, if this is a real draft, the first thing I would do when it finished is I would put Isaiah Spiller and Ryan Tannehill on the block. Just see what I could get. Quote Nation says absolutely obliterate that like button. All right, Brevin Jordan off the board. Tyler Beatty, damn it. I was hoping to get me some Beatty. Rest in peace, my hopes of having Tyler Beatty. Rest in peace. Kyron Williams off the board. Kyron went to San Francisco in this mock, so that's a pretty good pick as well. Man, how frustrated would you be if you owned Mitchell? I'm gonna no shame look through this mock draft right now and just see. Is there anyone that I'm overlooking? Okay. I need a running back. I need a fourth running back on this team. And I think I'm going to make it Brian Robinson. And I don't like the landing spot for Brian Robinson. But if they really took him in the third round, if they truly did that, then I think they would have some plan for him. So I'll make him my fourth running back on the team. This is the last round. I'm also pumped for the NFL draft. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. All right, let's start doing some mock draft grades. I'm going to let people know as well. One last pick, so I might as well let it happen. Let's see what all these nuts does. Who is it? Is it Tommy Trimble? Are we going to get Tommy Trimble off the board, ladies and gentlemen? Tommy. Let's see. 5, 4. Alexander Madison is Mr. Irrelevant, and that makes a lot of sense because you have Dalvin Cook. Okay. Charms. I'm going to do team grades. Let's get on the same page before I do these team grades. It's my opinion, okay? I understand that, you guys might have a different opinion on some of these players, but I'm going to just give my thoughts. So, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Marcus Mariota. Our wide receivers are Waddle, Higgins, Sutton, Watson, Justin, Ross, Alec Pierce, and OBJ. Running backs are Antonio Gibson, Aaron Jones, Zamir White. And tight ends are Knox and Irv Smith. So I said this before. I'll say it again. Tom Brady, I think he's gone from being like an insane value a month ago to if this is really his ADP, then I'm going to pass on him 100 times out of 100. I know we're on the edge here, but I can't take Tom Brady this early. That's a really bad investment, in my opinion. And again, knowing that Kirk Cousins would have fallen to you at the 6-12, because where did he go? He went at the 8-2. So you could have elected not to go Brady here. I still think Brady would have fallen, to be honest. I think Brady would have fallen to the 6-12 and the 7-1. I can't say that for sure, but we do know that Kirk Cousins fell. So, I mean, you could have got just such an important piece to the future of your team there at the 5-1. So that's just something I would have done differently. I also wouldn't have taken Aaron Jones over some of the other running backs on the board. With Fournette there. And I think I'm still considering A.J. Dillon over Aaron Jones. I feel like it is going to be a true 50-50 workload with Aaron Jones already on that second contract, and already sharing 50% of the workload. I mean, before A.J. Dillon was there, we were worried about Jamal. And now that Jamal's gone, it's not as if it's... I just don't know how consistent Aaron Jones is going to be. And I think anyone who's owned Aaron Jones, we can agree, there's not consistency there. So I think it's a little too early for Aaron Jones, but again, we're on the edges, so we do have to make that pick. So you definitely had to go running back there. I just don't know if Aaron Jones is really the best long-term option for this team. This team, I guess you could say it's win now, but the reason I'm hesitant is because we just have so many young pieces. So, we do have the Waddle, the Higgins, and then all these rookies. So I'm just not sure that Brady really fits this team, or Aaron Jones. So there's a couple of things I would have done differently. I like the tight ends that you have. I'm going to give this a B minus from me. And your first three, you could argue four, picks were fantastic. And I love the Sutton pick. Hunter, we got Justin Herbert, Cooper Kupp. Well, Justin Herbert, Davis Mills, Sam Howell, Desmond Ridder. Our wide receivers are Kupp, Samuel, DJ Moore, David Bell, Russell Gage. Running backs are Josh Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones. I mean, that's such a good running back room with how late you went. Tight ends are Schultz and Brevin Jordan. I love the tight end room. Okay, quarterback room. I'm okay with this quarterback room. There's not really any secure quarterback too, but you've got 3 shots at someone really developing into being a quarterback there. So I think you got more than enough there. And Sam Howell in this scenario landed in Pittsburgh. I love that landing spot. Ridder landed, I think, with the Colts, if I'm not mistaken, which is interesting. The wide receiver room is real top heavy. I think there's enough there. I just prefer to probably leave a draft with maybe 6 wide receivers, but I can't really complain too much because there's definitely enough there. I don't think I'm going Cooper Kupp. I know a lot of people hate when I say that, but I think I'm still going Waddle and Higgins over Kupp. And I'm also worried about Debo, but I think, long term with the injury history, but I do think that this is a very good, well-rounded team. You're good at quarterback. You're good at running back. You're really, really good at running back, in my opinion, for how late you went. Wide receivers look good. Tight ends look good. This is a B+ team for me. It's not an A, because, again, with Kupp and Samuel, I'm okay with having them on my team, but there is just I am just still worried about them in the back of my mind. I am still worried about Kupp. There has to be regression this year. He won't be worth this 211 next year. And Debo, his injury history worries me. So B+, really good team all around, solid. All right, Brendan, you took Joe Burrow at the 1-3. Again, I am going Mahomes over Burrow. I know that Burrow has the connection with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and I love Burrow. I think you can make a case for him after Mahomes, Herbert, and Allen. I really do. But even this year, I mean, he was, I think, around week 13 or 14. I said he was a quarterback, I think 9. How many, if we look at the next decade, who has a better chance of finishing as a top 5 quarterback more times? I do think it's Patrick Mahomes. I really do. Stafford at the 210 is great value, though. So the quarterback room is good. Ideally, you'd have some sort of third quarterback here. You want in a super flex league, you at least want 3. Running backs, we got Kamara, Rashad White, James Cook, Pierre Strong, Tyler Beatty. So we're kind of just taking a shot on any of these rookies. Beatty lands in Seattle. Pierre is a Raven. James Cook is a Chief. Rashad is a Bill. So we're really just taking a shot on any of those guys to work out. Kamara, I don't hate the pick. I personally just don't really want to enter a dynasty league with Kamara on my team. I don't want to invest in him as a startup, but I can't argue with the value there. And then the wide receiver room is really good. McLaurin, Elijah Moore, Bateman, Allen Robinson. The Ridley pick, I think it's around too early. Like, are we really taking Ridley over Olave? Over some of the other guys? I don't think so. And I know I keep calling him a value, but that's because he's typically being drafted in the 11th round. So I think this is too early. Mechie's a really good find there. He landed with the Cardinals. I really do like this team. Running back is the obvious weak spot, but the fact that we've got 2 top 12 quarterbacks, we've got Andrews there. He's an X factor. Our wide receiver room is fantastic. Our running back room is really the question mark here. So for me, I'm going to give this a B+. It's a really good team. But we're kind of taking swings at the RB position for sure. Drusiv, Patty Mahomes, Mac Jones, Kenny Pickett, which is a pretty good quarterback room. I don't hate that. And by the way, Pickett at the 11-4, that's just way too low. Excuse me. Like, Pickett should not have gone at the 11-4 because in this mock draft, didn't he end up with the Saints? If I could really figure out what I'm doing with my life. Okay, yeah. So he landed with the Saints. That's really good quarterback room. I love it. Wide receivers, we've got DK, Garrett Wilson, Michael Thomas, Michael Gallup, Kirk, and Patrick. So with the wide receivers, Garrett Wilson landed in Washington, I remember. This isn't a terrible wide receiver room, but again, like, Michael Thomas isn't someone that I'm investing into. I'm personally not investing into Michael Thomas in Dynasty. It doesn't intrigue me at all, and I'm not spending a 9th round pick. I know a lot of people, there's like a ton of people in the Dynasty community who are on the opposite side of that, but I'm just not investing into Michael Thomas. It's not going to happen. We keep thinking about what he did when he had a healthy Drew Brees and he was the only target in the offense. In this scenario, Jameson Williams lands in New Orleans. They're going to bring in someone, and I just don't think that injury, people are realizing how significant it was. I don't know. I just think there was much better picks on the board. And it really could have improved our wide receiver room if we went somewhere else. Gallup is good value. Same with Kirk and Patrick. And then the tight ends, we got Kittle and Fant, which is a really good tight end room. Running backs, we went Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and Zeke. With Kenneth Walker in this mock falling to the Broncos, in this mock he fell to the Broncos. That's his landing spot. We can't be taking him this early then. There's other running backs on the board that we should have taken. And I think you said that you forgot about that, so that's okay. But yeah, I have to grade it based off of that. Zeke at the 8-9, it's not terrible value at that point. Yeah, not terrible value. Just, again, another guy I don't really love investing into in Dynasty. So overall, I look at this team. Quarterback room is fantastic. I like the quarterback room. Wide receiver room is good. It's good. There are question marks, right? We have to agree there's question marks. Running back room is solid. There's enough there. Tight end, we got George Kittle. So there's all the pieces here. There's all the pieces. You look at every position, you're like, okay, yeah, I can see how this is kind of this is working out. But there are still some question marks on this team. How long will Zeke really be relevant? Will Michael Thomas recover that form? Kenneth Walker, when is he even going to have a chance to really be fantasy relevant? He will be, but upside will be limited. So I'm on edge with an A on this. I'm like A-, but I feel more comfortable saying B+ with this team. Could have been an A for sure. LL Stang. All right. I think we went win now here. Let me know if I'm wrong. Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, Carson Wentz. Pretty good quarterback room as well. Derek Carr locking up that contract. He'll be there for at least another 4 years. Running backs, we've got DeAndre Swift, Joe Mixon, Rashad Penny, Chase Edmonds. So it's a pretty damn good running back room. Obviously depth is question mark here, but I think you have enough there with Swift and Mixon if you're trying to win now. It is a win now team. So wide receivers are Deontay, D-Hop, Mike Evans, Olave, Thielen, Parker, Godwin. Galladay, excuse me. That's a pretty good wide receiver room. You guys know I'm not a big Deontay Johnson guy. Would I have taken anyone over him? If I was win now, would I have taken anyone over Deontay? Maybe not. Maybe not. Hard to say. And then we got Travis Kelce in the 8th round. I mean, if you're truly doing win now and you get Kelce in the 8th, that's just robbery. I mean, this is a good team. It's a good team. I'm curious to see if there's other win now teams out there and how they stack up, but I would give this an A-. B plus A-, but I'm going to say A-. You would need to trade for more solidified RB3. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good A- for me. Jones, Karen. We got Jamar Chase, CDs, Lamb, Mooney, Cooks, Lazard, Hardman, Marshall. Our quarterbacks are Lawrence, Corral. Okay, running backs are Barkley, Chubb, Carter, James Robinson. Let's do this position by position. Tight ends, I like your tight ends. Let's just start there. Tight ends are great. Good tight ends. Good upside, good solidity. Let's look at the wide receivers. I do like these wide receivers. Chase and Lamb, what a start. Fantastic start to your wide receiver room. But again, Mooney at the 6'7", that's just too high. It's just far too high. We got Garrett Wilson go at the 7'4". Again, I said he's probably the 104 or 105 in this year's drafts, rookie drafts. Would anyone not accept the 104 and they had to send Mooney? I just think that's too high for Mooney. We shouldn't be taking him that too high. There's much better players still on the board. And then same with Lazard. Lazard only signed a 1-year deal. I don't know, and he's not exactly a young gun. I think it's too early for Lazard there. Lazard feels like someone who's probably available in like round 15. Just being honest. Hardman, I guess you can make the case for it. But again, I feel like Lazard, Hardman, and Marshall are all guys that probably are available later than where you drafted them. Just based off of the mocks and the real drafts I've been in. I could be wrong. So the wide receiver room I like, but man, I just like it could have been so much better. It really could have been so much better if we did different picks. Quarterback room is super interesting. So we got Lawrence, who I believe in, but his is no way a certainty at the quarterback position. And then we have Corral, and that's it. I mean, where did Corral land? He's a Lion. I like the landing spot for Corral. There's just not enough here. There is too many question marks. Running back room is pretty good. I have to give you that. Barkley, Chubb, Carter. I think it's a little too early for Barkley, if I'm honest. And I'm not taking him over some of the other guys on the board. But I don't hate this running back room when we look at it as a whole. I think it's a good running back room. So there's just a lot of questions here. I have to be honest. Quarterback, I'm questioning. I think the wide receivers could have been so much better. Tight end's good. Running back's good. But yeah, this is C plus territory for me. C plus. And again, it's just my thoughts, and I hope that these conversations, if there's some advice that you like, you take it, you run with it. If you think I'm unfair, that's okay as well. But I'm just trying to be as honest as possible. All right, D Law. We got Kyler Murray, Justin Fields. What a start. And we also have Jimmy G. You'd want to have a better third quarterback there. But it could be worse. At least you have their quarterback. The wide receivers are Devontae Adams, Treylon Burks, who lands in Green Bay, Judy Pickens, who lands in Atlanta, Rhonda Dawn, and Wandale, who lands in with the Bucks. Help me. I like this wide receiver room. I really do. I am just curious if we could have made a better pick at the 3-7, though. I mean, the team that we're building is very much... I guess it's a hybrid. Okay, I guess it's a hybrid. I'm not going to hate on anyone for taking Devontae Adams wherever they take him. I just don't think I'd want to spend that much on Devontae, personally. Yeah, that's a hard one there. But I really do like this wide receiver room. I really do. Pickens landing in Atlanta, I think he's an absolute stud. Running backs, Montgomery, Sanders, Singletary, Ford, Hubbard. So we're really not set at running back. But hopefully this is something that we can build through trades and through future rookie drafts. I like the Montgomery pick. I'm okay with that. And I like the Sanders pick. I think that was good value where you got him. So there's enough there. Tight end Hawkinson, really good. So this is a pretty good team. I think I would be hard. I'm finding it hard to put it in the A category because of the running back question marks. But it is a B plus A minus. A lot of people are kind of in that range today. I would say B plus if I had to give it a grade. Myself, wow, a F plus. No, I'm just kidding. Do I like my team today? Let's have a look. I don't ever really talk about my own teams. Obviously, Malik is a big question mark. That's either a good pick or a really bad pick. There's no in between. I like this team. I do like this team, but of course I only draft players that I like. So that's my own biases. Tebow, we got JT, Austin Eckler, James Conner, Kareem Hunt, and Dameon Pierce. So it's a pretty good running back room. I'm still not taking Eckler over CMC, though. I'm still not doing that personally. Quarterbacks are Russell Wilson, Zach Wilson, and Jameis Winston. So good quarterback room. There are some questions, obviously, surrounding Zach Wilson, but I do believe in his future. Wide receivers, Keenan Allen's too high for me there. Keenan Allen's a guy that you want to feel really good about getting in the 7th round. You don't want to feel like you reach for him in the 5th. So that is too early. Hollywood, however, is great value. Claypool, Davis, Lockett. So I think you took good shots later on, but that 5th round pick is super important, and I don't think we got amazing value with that pick. Darren Waller, Hunter Henry, I really like those tight ends, so you did well. Is it too early for Darren Waller? Maybe. I mean, maybe when we consider how late these guys went. 2020 is hindsight, or y'all need to help me. Hindsight is 2020. Jesus. But yeah, it's probably too early for Waller when we look at it in that context. It's a good team. Questions on our quarterback too. I like the quarterback too, but there are question marks. Probably would have gone CMC over Eckler. Running back room is really good. Wide receiver room is okay, but again, I don't think we hit on that first wide receiver where we took him. So this is a I'm gonna say B flat. This is a B flat team for me. Cole, we got Justin Jefferson, Jamison Williams, you smug son of a bitch. Devonta Smith, Kadarius Toney, and Tyler Boyd. So there's not a ton of depth here. I think we took way too many running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's maybe just my personal bias. We only have I guess we have 5 wide receivers. It's not terrible. I think I would just prefer to have more answers. I'm being too harsh. This is a good wide receiver room. If Jameson is truly who I think he can be, then this is a good wide receiver room. There are question marks, though, of course. Quarterbacks, we've got Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, and Danny Dimes. I like the quarterback room. We will not know if Rodgers is good value until the next couple of years. We really won't know that, to be honest, because we don't know how long he's going to play. Kyle Pitts, I like the pick. I'm not upset with you spending that pick on Kyle Pitts. Running back room, Cam Akers. I'm not an Akers guy, but I understand A.J. Dillon's good value where you got him. To be honest, all the running backs are good value where you got them. I don't know about Herbert. He could be, but I wouldn't place him into that value category. So the running backs, you look great. Tight end, you're great. Quarterbacks are good. Wide receivers, while there's a lot of guys that I like, there's also a lot of question marks. So this is, again, another on the edge B plus team for me, but I have to stick to B plus here. Billy, can you guys remind me who have I given an A minus to? I remember I gave an A minus to someone, but remind me. All right, Billy. Javonte Williams, Najee Harris, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Gainwell. This is a good running back room. Not a ton of depth, but I think it's a good running back room with how strong you are at the top. Tua, Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan. Is it the strongest quarterback room? No, it's probably the weakest. It's probably the second weakest quarterback room when I look through them. But I still do believe in Tua, so I don't hate this pick. Wide receivers, we've got Diggs, London, Pittman, Mike Williams, and Robert Bobby Trees, as well as Braxton Berrios. I like this wide receiver room. I mean, you have almost the same amount of wide receivers as Cole, but I just feel better about the room as a whole. I don't know if that makes sense, but obviously you don't have anyone like Justin Jefferson on your team. We have to say that. Tight ends, Kmet and Ertz. Is it too early for Kmet? Depends on how you view him, but Ertz was definitely good value in the 14th round. I think that was a steal. So this is quarterback room's kind of weak. I can't really put you as a B plus with that quarterback room, but the running back room and wide receiver room is great. This is a B flat team. B flat for me. Okay, Aldi's nuts. We got Dak Prescott and Trey Lance, as well as Carson Strong. Carson Strong landing in Atlanta. That's a really good pick there in the 13-12. Running backs are CMC, Cook, and Henry, as well as Patterson and Madison. So you got the backup for Cook. Wide receivers are Tyreek, Amari Cooper, Brandon Ayuk, Juju, Hunter Renfrow. So it's a pretty good wide receiver room. I think you are win now. Goddard and McBride. So we are win now, but I do question some of our moves if we're win now. I don't hate the Carson Strong pick, but maybe if we truly win now, we need a better quarterback 3 to rely on in case Lance there is a competition or something that we don't know about. But you did really well at the wide receiver position. I understand you win now. I guess Derrick Henry. If you're truly a win now team, you probably can't pass on him there. It really limits your future. It really, really does. But this is a pretty good team. So I guess the way I'm viewing this right now, just so we're on the same page, is if I am a win now team, what do I feel like are my weaknesses? And I think quarterback depth is my weakness. That's probably it. I also, like, if I'm truly a win now team, I do want to spend up on one of these elite tight ends. And I think Goddard is good, but maybe it is worth using the 8-1 on Travis Kelce. Like, if I am truly a win now team, am I not taking Kelce over Ayuk? I think I am. I think I would do that. I also think I'm taking Amon-Ra over Ayuk regardless. But it's a really good team. Again, it's on the B plus A minus edge for me. I think this is like the closest B plus A minus. But I only gave one A out today. Aldi says I have to draft Ayuk. I know him in real life. That's funny. Well, no disrespect to him, but I think I'm going Amon-Ra. No, if you know him, that's actually pretty cool. I only gave out one. Yeah, so really, I mean, let's talk about this because you both win now teams. You really are. I think Aldi's has stronger running backs. I think we can all agree. I mean, Swift and Mixon. I guess he has stronger running back depth as a whole. If we're doing true win now. Quarterback room, you absolutely have to give the edge to LL Stang, in my opinion. And we look at the wide receivers. I think I'm going Stang's wide receivers. It's close. But again, what will Tyreek really look like in Miami? And do we know that Watson's going to not be suspended? What if the Chiefs go wide receiver? I might have to slightly lean. Yeah, I'm going to lean Stang here as an overall group. And then tight end, we have Kelce versus Goddard. If I'm win now, I am preferring Kelce. And then how about third quarterback? Because that could be key in this championship. Wentz versus Strong. I know it's crazy, but at this point, I'm taking Wentz. So if I had to give, I think you both did really well. I think everyone did really well, to be honest. I really do think everyone did well. But if I have to give one winner tonight, it would be LL Stang. LL Stang congratulations. You are the mock drafter of the night, my guy. Everyone did really, really well. And I think it was really, really close, to be honest. I think, yeah, the running backs are definitely better on Team 12. But every other position, I would just give a slight advantage to staying. But I do think we're probably seeing these teams in the championship. Brendan could get in there. But yeah, you guys definitely went all out for sure. But guys, thanks so much for joining me. We do have some more content coming out this week, obviously. If you haven't dropped a like yet, it would mean a lot if you could do so. A lot of content coming out this week still on the channel, so watch out for that. If you have any questions about our follower leagues, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Drop a comment on this video if you want, whatever that might look like. We do have a redraft channel. If you would like to subscribe to our redraft channel, if you play redraft, that channel will be popping off more towards the season. I think that's it. I think that's it for today. It's my mom's birthday, so wish my mom a happy birthday. What's the OnlyFans? Patreon.com/fantasylandfam. But guys, thanks so much for joining us. Joining me. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Bunch of content coming out, and we will see you guys soon. I'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. More content on the way. Peace.